And
Here's something I'll show you. It's tough. There's not a lot of content, and Facebook may be fucking up by not showing this stuff more. So Canon made this dual fisheye lens. I'm pretty sure it's the only one that's out there right now.
Right.
That allows you to shoot content to be watched in these headsets. Mm-hmm. And when it's done right, which hasn't been done right very much, but when it is done right, it's fucking amazing. It is wild how cool it looks. But there's not a lot to look at right now, and you have to put the headset on to see it.
right.
But things in front of you look like you should just reach out and touch them, and they're in high definition quality.
It seems like every iteration of these things, we're always waiting for the one that's like, that's it. Like if you go back to when VR was first talked about, it was like the 80s and 90s. Remember, they thought that was going to be a thing. You put on the goggles, you're in another world. But technology wasn't really there. And then all of a sudden with Oculus and with the HTC Vive, okay, we're getting real close. Now we're getting real close. But it's still like... not quite.
That's what they. That's what they.
90s.
Yeah, that's what they
Yeah.
think Apple is going to do with their headset. That it's going to be that cool, supposedly.
This is VR in the 90s. So
Yeah, I
this,
remember
they probably
doing
thought,
this.
this is the beginning. We're getting ready, and this is going to be the
And
future.
even to use this, you had to be in a big pod, like those pods we almost want to use now. But the pod was just to track you. Like if you went out of the pod, it wasn't reading you. Anything inside the pod, it read. And you had to have all sorts of cables and wires and things connected to you.
Still, though.
Where did they have this at?
They did a COSI.
Okay.
So this is in the 90s. And
Yeah, I did
here
it a
we
few
are,
times there.
2023.
It's
It's still not quite. You would have thought that would have taken off.
I forgot about that.
That's what the headset looks like. Which they still have these things in arcades
Yeah.
all over the place. The graphics got a little better, but
One of the things they think they're going to be able to do is recreate psychedelic experiences. They think they're going to be able to make a VR psychedelic experience so you could trip balls without having to do any drugs, and it'll have the same effect on your mind.
I do a pretty good version of it, like all the time.
Yeah?
Yeah. The thing I play all the time, I have a character that you could do DMT, acid, mushrooms, and stuff like that, and you take it and you start seeing a little bit of trails on your hands, and then the more you start seeing more trails, like it's pretty good. And you could do DMT where there's like fucking like Buddhas coming out of the ground, like that look like lasers and shit like that. Really? Yeah. It's sometimes we'll just listen to music, get high, and just do that for hours.
And what are you using? What is this?
this looks like Unreal, but someone's made a shroom trip. It
Yeah.
looks fucking
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
This just goes on for a few minutes. Yeah, there's just different visuals and stuff.
How many grams would you say that is?
Yeah, see, I love that lighting effect where it's like clouds, shadows.
Maybe this is a real video, then they fucked with it.
Yeah, I think this
Those
is
are real dogs.
Yeah, this is a real video.
The dog knows you're tripping.
That's cool.
So what are you using?
I'm using VR Chat, which is like the good version of what Zuckerberg's trying to do.
And VR chat is connected how? Like you're using a PC?
It's free. You could actually use an Oculus for it. You're not going to get that great of graphics, but I'm using like a really high-end PC and a Valve Index headset, and it's VR Chat's free. And it's kind of like, you just download it, you make your character or whatever, and then you go, hey, I want to go to Disneyland, or hey, I want to go on a beach, and you just type in beach, and it's like Google, and they'll show you all the worlds you can go to. And then you go there, meet up with your friends, do acid on the beach or whatever.
And the graphics are really high end?
Oh yeah, it's each level is made by a different person, so there's like good versions of it and bad versions of it, realistic versions of it.
So this is like the real cutting edge.
This is way more popular times a lot, than Zuckerberg's stuff.
Really?
And this is
like how many people are using this?
It's one of the largest user base of a multiplayer game on Steam.
Yeah, there is another thing which I don't like. You're hung up on that headset. You don't. Maybe today you do, but you're not going to have to use the headset. You'll be able to play with me and Brian if we have our headsets on just through a browser like this. Like you.
Oh, you can do that right now.
Yeah, you don't have to put the headset on.
Yeah.
Oh, so you can play it like a video game.
Yeah, or a chat room.